Welcome everyone to Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, featured right here on the TNI Network. This is Trent Long, my co-host, Just J Bone, old school throwback style. And
Just J.
Time Machine Tuesday, NWA-TNA number 78 throwback. Jay, what's happening, my man? It's old school. It's with us again, like we used to be.
It is just like old times. Well, so the playoffs are on right now, and just for an update for those who may be watching it live, I am a little distracted. You're gonna have to forgive me. I consider myself a fair weather fan. It's kind of like, hey, when they'll do good, I'll pay attention. When they don't, F them, you know?
Yeah.
And this is the potential to be the World Championship game for the Milwaukee Bucks. It's been 40 years, brother. 40 years. 6 minutes left. We're up by, doing the math, 6.
I thought it's been more.
No, it's been since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was on the team. That's 40 years ago. Yeah,
was it 40? Because he went to the Lakers in 80. Well, he went 82, right? When Magic went on. So Magic's rookie year was Kareem's first year or second year with the Lakers. Yeah, you're right. 40 years. Holy shit!
Yeah,
wow.
And this is just man, the first half I was watching on and off, very sloppy. Oh my god.
Are they down? Are they?
The Greek Freak just dunked it with like 4 guys on him. Oh my god! Oh, and they just turned it over again. Oh,
Jesus! Yeah, back when he was Lou Alcindor when they won, I believe. It was still Lou Alcindor at the time. It wasn't Kareem yet.
Yeah,
my favorite basketball player of all time, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I wrote him a fan letter in 1995. After reading his biography, actually 94, I read his autobiography. I was such a fan of his already, but I read his autobiography. I wrote him a big letter, and he sent me a letter back and an autographed photo, which I still have to this day. I have a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar autographed picture, J-Bone, from the man himself. Yeah,
nice.
Which he personally sent to me.
He's been at a few games. I showed him. I don't know if he's there tonight, but I could be wrong. Mir says 50. You could be right.
It was what I thought, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
50.
so it's 50. It's
71.
Someone might have showed the date and said 40 by accident or something. So
no, he did, because he played 20 years in the league. He retired in 88. So I think he did. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, 71. I think was the last one.
So yeah, that's right before I was born. So.
Get your Milwaukee fucking history right, J-Bone. You're embarrassing Milwaukee is what you're doing right now.
I'm very proud of my city. I'm it's you know what cities do when things like this happen, and I just hope
I know
our city doesn't make national news for all the wrong reasons, because we have enough things like that happen in Wisconsin. Well, considering the last couple years, we know what's that's been. We don't need to bring that shit up.
I'll tell you what. In my life, I've gotten to see 6 Bulls championships, a White Sox, a Cubs, and 3 Hawks ones. So I've seen it, and 1 Bears one when I was a shorty. So I've seen all of them win, and they do go nuts. Now I got J-Bone. I want to say at the top of the show here. At the top of the show, I gotta say, I do have an old friend back. I have an old friend here with me.
Oh yeah.
And the nurse was nice enough to drop this off to me this weekend.
Oh,
Scott Hudson's gonna be one happy man, my man.
And he was barely on today. It's kind of funny. So it's
now I gotta say that I don't want to leave our boy Truck in the wind, because Truck all the way from Canada sent me a cowbell that was made in the USA, ironically. So I'm going to be doubling up my efforts today for the listening pleasure of all of our listeners. It'll be cowbell every time Jeff Jarrett is on the screen, and a ring-a-ding-ding every time Scott Hudson's on. Or you can vote on switching it, because Jarrett's on a lot. So if you want this goddamn cowbell driving you nuts, it's up to you guys. Cowbell or bell for Jarrett, or what? Or pick which one. Who gets it? Hudson Bell, Jarrett Bell, whatever. You guys get to vote until we start here. I'm gonna drive you all bananas today. But
that's our job tonight. Just
that's right.
It's banana mania.
Now let me say hello to our fellow compadres in the chat here. I see Mark and Bill are repping in the chat, so they're hanging out in the chat. They're both of them partied all weekend long. I mean, I heard Jay. Did you hear? They drank Johnny Swinger under the table at the Swingers Palace this weekend. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. They're like fucked up still. Like Bill still.
I heard Hernandez had to scoop him up off the floor, flip him over his shoulder, and then he was so upset at the situation he put him through the gambling table.
It's nuts, man. It's nuts what's going on over there. But these two are still in Nashville. They're crawling. They're just crawling today. They can't go to work. Bill's he's all rocked. He's nuts. Yeah, what's going on?
Speaking of Uncle Mark being on the road, he posted a picture on a couple different socials. He put it in Discord, and I think he put it on the old Twitter box. Repping a lovely Smash This Podcast t-shirt. Just want to thank Mark for doing that.
He was. Thank you.
He even put up the link. I mean, the guy went all out. It's amazing.
Mark's repping on vacation, so thank you to Mark.
Good stuff.
We have Patreon shout-outs? We do. Are we going to do them Thursday then when Mark's back and do the full-on Patreon shout-outs then?
Yeah, we'll do that then.
Okay.
I'm going to try to – I keep forgetting, and I apologize. Look, this is all still new to us. I'm going to try to make something. If I can't, I'll figure something. I'll make something that we could just post on the screen here.
Yes.
With some lovely artwork and all the names, just to thank everyone that has signed up so far. 25 in the first, give or take a month? Not bad. Thank you.
It's amazing seeing all these patrons sign up for our bonus content. And I'm glad we're putting out, we've been putting some stuff for you guys. So thank you to all. It's really humbling because we take a 2-hour Impact Wrestling show. We've turned it into a whole empire of TNI. Like they have 2 hours a week, and we somehow have squeezed out like ridiculous amounts of content. And you know what? More is coming because I'm definitely thinking about doing. Mark and I have talked about doing other pods, other topics like talking sitcoms and other different stuff, and just put it on the Patreon just for you patrons. So we're gonna do other stuff. We're gonna use the TNI network's gonna be multifaceted. It's not just gonna be wrestling. It's gonna be other stuff. It's an entertainment network, J-Bone.
You're scaring me, Trent. No,
you don't have to worry about it. This is easy. The Patreon stuff is easy. That's where it's not too bad. Just so if you're a patron, you're gonna get some more stuff coming up. I promise you, more tiers. We're gonna open up some more stuff, and so yeah, we're getting more. We're expanding. This is an entertainment network, J-Bone. We're not just wrestling all the time. How much wrestling can you watch? I mean, I'm asking you, how much can you? I mean, you were podcasting for 98 hours this weekend, but I shouldn't be asking you this question.
Well, actually, it was up to like 103.5. By the way, I just want to thank everyone again. The numbers this weekend, just across the board, wherever you watched, just amazing. Thank you so much. New subs on Smash, new subs on TNI. The Twitch was Twitch, a lot of views. Few new subs, followers. Thank you so much, everyone. Numbers are great. Appreciate it. And
a happy birthday to Hakeem Fullerton today, by the way. That was on the list, Zach. You have to remind me. He is he's an OG for TNI listeners, and Hakeem is a great writer. He's got awesome articles about Impact all the time, constantly. Definitely he reps the brand, he reps our brand. Bangs for the gang, as Kyle likes to say. So Hakeem Fullerton, hope you get some pizzles courtesy of the Swingman.
And I want my pizzles back.
So there you go. All right, happy birthday, Hakeem.
Happy birthday, brother.
Very nice. All right.
Little update here before we get started.
Yeah.
3 minutes left. Milwaukee 98, Phoenix Suns 92.
Oh, so this could be it, J-Bone. You got a beer ready? I got a non-alcoholic beer.
This is the first one of the evening, so
I got an NA beer, Brewdog Brewery. I bought a huge pack of these, a mixed pack, and this one's called Hazy as Fuck. Look at that, huh?
Brewdog and that's Brewery. A non-alcoholic one?
I bought, yeah, man. I was at a Binny's, not too far from you, up at the border. Illinois, and I found a Binny's up there, and I walked in. They had like a variety pack of BrewDog Brewing. And it's like 18 different flavors. I'm like, yes, let me get this. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Good stuff.
Nice. I'm gonna have to like do some hunting around here because I'm getting to the point where I love beer, but it doesn't agree with me and my gastritis. So I really need to start investing in some non-alcoholic beer. Unfortunately, it is a little more expensive. I don't know why, but it is.
I know it's weird. It's fake.
So it's like salt-free, fat-free, alcohol-free. It's all more expensive. Why?
Absolutely. Real quick, I want to also wish a belated birthday to Courtney. She's one of our newer listeners. It was her birthday about a weekish ago. So, Courtney, I'm sorry we didn't wish you happy birthday. I think your birthday was but we weren't on the air that day. So, happy birthday to you as well from the TNI Fest.
Oh, yeah, could be.
I know
was
Bill's coming up too.
I don't know.
Yeah, Bill's is coming up. I think Mears is coming up too. I believe we got a bunch of the fam's birthday coming up here. So
mine is too.
Yeah, when's yours, J-Bone?
April.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So we're going to talk NWA-TNA number 78. J-Bone, you and I started this throwback thing 78 weeks ago. That's pretty impressive.
It was probably a little more than that because I know we skipped a few weeks here and there. But,
yeah.
But yeah, man,
isn't that crazy, man?
Yeah, it is crazy.
70 plus weeks ago. Jeez. That's G-Minitney, as the old folks like to say. No, I love it because you know what? You can already see. I said it right when we started 2004 of NWA-TNA. It's 04 is a great year. This is where like shit happens. Like this is it, man. And Bill, I always bounce it off of Bill because he watched it too. Mark watched it too. This is like a huge year. Mark doesn't remember because he's usually in the treehouse over here. You know, it's usually hazy. It's usually hazy as AF when Mark is at, so he doesn't remember a lot of it. However, you know, it's a great year. It's a great year. It's stuff where a lot of stuff happens. And again, this is the setup year to Orlando. So we see a lot of that happening on this episode, just that real setup. Where are we at with the score, J-Bone?
We're just under 3 minutes, 250, 98 Milwaukee, 92 Phoenix.
Man, it's almost like a victory for us too. Milwaukee's literally Chicago's backyard, Jay.
Oh, you know it's 100 now, 192.
Oh, this is it, Jay. How you feeling? You got you standing at attention?
I'm excited. I'm not that excited. Like I said, I'm a fair weather fan, so I'm very happy for them. I'll probably buy a T-shirt and celebrate. I'm not going to streak although there are no lights around. I could streak the neighborhood. They wouldn't even know.
You could. Mark is in the chat. He says he was listening on mute because the family's around. However, he's responding to everything we're saying. So if Mrs. Mark is listening to this, you know, Mark's got this gorgeous family. Jim, have you seen Mark's family? He's got a beautiful family.
I have not.
It's everything I wish I could have, but I'm a disaster over here, Jim. I'm a complete disaster.
I haven't rated his Facebook yet. Usually Facebook is where the personal stuff is, the real life stuff. No, I haven't done that.
Oh, I was going to say, he's on headphones, by the way. If Mrs. Mark was listening, I was going to give her a shout out for putting up with this guy. No, I was going to say, he's got everything. I was going to put her over. Like we say, J-Bone. Having this amazing family. And I got nothing. J-Bone, I'm scrapping, man. You know, I'm scrounging over here just to hold on for another year. Every birthday is another, like, you wake up and you're like, son of a bitch, how much more of this I got? Life is a gimmick, Bill. I love that. Life is a gimmick.
Life is a
goddamn right. It's a gimmick. Anyway, so
that's hilarious.
So, Mark, your goals, my man. You are everything I wish I could be. You know, even down to the treehouse. But I can't.
Yeah, face botch. Thank you, Zach. Face botch.
But he must be really good at reading lips, Charles. All right. But I was going to put him over. He's got this awesome family, and he's having a great time crisscrossing the country right now. And he made it to Slam. Jay, do you see our boys in the front row right there on Slammiversary just killing it?
That was pretty amazing seeing them there. The crowd, it was just great seeing people. Like, okay, you know, some shows you got full arenas. Slam had just less than 200 people.
Yeah.
For what it was
loud
nice.
200, by the way.
Yeah.
A loud 200. I finished it yesterday. That crowd, you guys were. And you know what, Jay? I saw some familiar faces. Eli Samuel was there. Miguel was in there. Obviously, Bill and Mark. The super fans were in there, but I guess they didn't show up the next day. But a couple others too. A few others in there too that we've seen. You know, some of our other friends, and apparently Bill. You know what? I want to put this out there. Bill said a bunch of people came up to him and say, "Hey, I listened to the podcast." So if you guys are listeners, you might not be throwback listeners, but if you're listening to Throwback, big shout out. Let us know who you are, because they said they weren't commenters. If you got up to Bill or Mark at the show, shout it out here. Leave a comment. Let us know who you were. We'd love to know. Just know who was up there. I'll say this again on Thursday too. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, it's humbling. It really is. You know, and I had my first experience of that when I showed up to Bound for Glory. Oh my God, is that 2 years ago now? When we were all there in Chicago, and the night before, all for glory, all glory, well, whatever it was, all
glory. It's on my wall. I played it.
Some moments. And I had a couple people come up to me and very like quietly and humbly ask me, you know, if I was J-Bone, and I'm like, yeah. And they were like they acted like I'm not a celeb, you know. Please, just I'm like I was excited that they came up to me because I wanted to take a picture of me with fans. Like, hey, thanks, you know. So
J-Bone. Imagine now. You see what's happened since that Bound for Glory? We killing it. We are the pod, man. We have grown the audience like 8-fold at this point.
It does feel good.
You know what's gonna happen? Like there's gonna be a harem waiting for you, my man. Next Bound for Glory, they're gonna be like, oh my God.
Good thing the wife is sleeping.
She is. Good thing she's sleeping. They're gonna be like, Jesus Christ, there's J-Bone, and there's Mark, and there's Bill, and there's that son of a bitch trying to fuck him. Oh my God, now they're all gonna run.
All right, put your tops down. Kidding.
All right, everybody.
Groupies. No.
TNI group. The TNI groupies. But no, thank you again. Great crowd, great group of people out there. You guys really impressed me. The crowd impressed more than the goddamn show. But I'm going to talk about that on Thursday.
Yeah,
I got some things. J-Bone. The TNI fam is slightly turning against me a little bit because I got things to say about the product.
You've been a little opinionated lately, but I mean, everyone's allowed their opinion. I mean, you're not just shitting on the brand. It's constructive criticism.
And I think after Thursday, you will all understand where I'm coming from. Put it this way. You will all truly understand where I'm coming from. I promise you. Because, man, the Discord, they were pouncing on me last night, J-Bone. They were on me. They were they were like, Trey, you're fucking asshole now. What happened to you? You're turning into fucking beaky. I mean, they're like really giving me shit. You know, they're like, what's going on with you, man? You changed, man. You were the guy, and now you're not the guy. You know, Mark's and Bill and Jay and Alicia are the guy. And they're like, fuck you. They're basically telling J-Bone, after seeing your numbers on Saturday, it was a big fuck you to Trent is what that was. Nobody asked about me. Nobody's like, hey, where's he at, man? Is he watching? They're like, nah, fuck him.
Well, we've had more viewers when you were on. I'm just saying.
No, we have, J-Bone. Don't bullshit me, man. Don't bullshit. You did amazing. The team on Saturday, holy shit, Jay, Alicia, Simply Steve, Bill, everybody killed it this weekend. My God, Jay, I'm gonna buy you a steak one of these days. All right. Now that I've gotten
you don't have to buy just the steak tacos, fine.
Absolutely. And you know what? The big shout out to I called him he's a director of authority. He's like the Eric Watts of TNI, because director of authority for now. Eric Watts for now. I mean, Truck, our boy Truck, literally talk about going the extra mile lately. Been in touch with Truck lately, talking to him a lot, and he's the man, dude. Truck is a fucking legend. You guys have no idea.
Yeah,
Truck's a legend.
Truck was there for Slammiversary. Really appreciated it. Steve, Simply Steve, effing maniac from the UK, went all night long with me.
Good old Steve, man. I hear all night long, J-Bone. There's only one guy I think of is this guy.
That son of a bitch.
That would just be his song. But no, listen, I really want to give Truck a shot because I can't even put into words. The guy has really been he's been doing a lot for the brand. You guys have no idea. Truck's the man. And if you're not following him, connecting with him, but you know what? I saved him, or actually Sammy Callahan saved him by losing. He did not get that Death Machine tattoo across his chest because Sammy didn't win the title. So Truck, you got saved.
I did feel bad because I did really want to see that. And then someone said I had to do something. I don't even remember what it is now. My head was just kind of scrambled.
Shave your head?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I did that earlier today. I waxed. So, yeah.
Nice.
I trimmed the beard, waxed the head, trimmed the nose hairs, and
Stinger over here is saying that did they win? Is it over? He's saying it's about to be noisy.
Last I looked, there was like 40-some seconds left.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh
Milwaukee is about to implode.
Good for you, Jay. You want to go watch? I can do the show. I can do it alone and let these people hate me alone.
Well, as soon as it happens, I'll do a little lap around the office and then I'll join you again. So I'm just starting.
Should we start? Should I delay more? Should we start?
Let's see. 25 seconds, 104 to 96.
They're gonna call it like 800 timeouts now. These sons of bitches, man. Ooh, foul.
Oh
foul,
yeah,
foul.
yeah. They just stopped the clock again. 19-8.
Let me kick this off. Let me kick it off.
Go ahead.
All right.
Oh, they're celebrating. There's towels waving. It feels it's gonna happen. Is
it Mike Sanders' birthday today, Zach? Above my boy Mike Sanders. I love Mike Sanders. God damn, it's his birthday. That's awesome.
Mike Sanders.
We haven't talked about him since the early days of Throwback. That's
Who
great.
the hell is Mike Sanders? Oh, Mike Sanders. I'm sorry. It took me a minute. God, it's been a while.
He's great. No, it's really cool, man. You're about to see a championship made, J-Bone. That's really awesome. Good for you. But let's kick it off because what's going to happen is, Jay, that question I asked at the top of the show, like, what were you doing on this date in 2004? In 2020, you're going to be like, man, I was podcasting and watching the Bucks win the championships, and now you have a new memory for this date. Boom.
Right.
There you go. But NWA-TNA number 78, January 21st, 2004. No, I was on my buddy Dave's couch. This was winter time. It was probably shitty driving because I was driving a Mustang at the time. Rear wheel drive to Dave's house, slipping and sliding, probably cheating death every time I went to his house for this. But I had to go watch because I had to see what was going to happen with Erik Watts and Don Callis. J-Bone, January 21st, 2004. What the hell is going on over there in Wisconsin?
January, it's a month after Christmas. I'm probably visiting my wife and kids through the little porthole, in the jail cell.
Oh,
because we talked about it last, few weeks. I beat up a few mall Santas because they didn't get my kids what they wanted. They didn't get me what I wanted. So, it's one of those things where like the old mafia movies where the wife and the kids, they meet the guy in the jail and they're sliding them the sandwich. It's got the file in it, and then the guard comes up and goes, nice try, J-Bone. And it's one of those things.
We'll go with that. Listen, good idea here. Mark's saying, get Truck in here. Truck, you want to pop in? You did watch. You did your watch along on Discord. If you want to pop in, you are more than welcome to get in. But nobody understood what the hell you just said right now, J-Bone. Nobody has any idea what you just said. But anyway.
That's why I don't drink when we're live.
Send Truck the link.
9 seconds.
Truck, if you're up, send Truck the link. Get him in here. Get him in here while you're partying.
He's in our Facebook chat. He can just grab it.
All right, well, Truck, get in here, man. You got the thing. Get your ass in here. Let's talk about this. If you're up for it, that is. J-Bone's about to celebrate. He's about to get hammered any second. However, we start this episode off with a recap of 77 with some new interviews, though.
He says what?
He's saying what to your story.
Oh,
I like this though, Jay. In the beginning of the show, they did a footage courtesy of Explosion. And Don West is telling Mike TNA, you went too far. Mike got a comment. I was like, what do you mean too far? Mike TNA's pissed. I love Angry TNA is all over this episode. He is amazing on this episode.
Oh, he is losing his shit, dude.
Love it.
He is like a kid in the 8th grade that just got his cherry popped, and he is just telling the world, like, yeah, you know,
He is so angry. Oh, it's over, J-Bone. You guys win. There you go, Charles.
2-1.
Congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks.
World champions.
There you go. Jay, you want to go upstairs, celebrate with the wife, plan a big smooch?
She's sleeping.
Oh, she had no interest in Milwaukee sports.
No, like, she came down after dinner and she said something to me about doing something, and 5 minutes later, out cold, and that was 5 hours ago.
I'll tell you what. The stadium you guys got, was it Fiserv? Is that the stadium now?
Fiserv Forum. Yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful stadium!
Dude, I never seen a building like that ever.
Gorgeous.
Crazy.
Gorgeous out there.
Absolutely crazy. Oh, I'm going to screw up his name, so I'll just say the Greek Freak, man, he's shedding some tears. It's a beautiful moment. It really is.
Very nice.
It really is.
Across the street from this Fiserv is the Turner Hall Ballroom, where AEW ran, but also Ring of Honors run there.
I've been there.
NXT, everything.
I've been there. Wow, he is really emotional. He's got the championship hat on. He just sat down in an empty front row seat there, and he is just man, he is all emotional. It's crazy.
Do you want me to grab the AEW championship belt and kind of champion around here for the Bucks? I could do that. Might get in trouble. I have the belts. I was cleaning them. I should have. If you're on Patreon, you saw them. I actually have the heavyweight and tag belts because it's cleaning time, summertime cleaning. I'm a great belt cleaner. So I took them home and I cleaned them. I shined them up, real nice. So I had to get old Mansur's blood off there, J-Bone. There was dried Mansur blood on the belt. I'm like, can we clean this, please?
Did you put it in a little pill bottle, a little something?
Grow more Mansurs.
No, I just meant you sell it on eBay someday or something. You know,
I don't think we're there yet, J-Bone. But
he's got a little ways to go. we love him, but you know.
Mansur baby, I love that guy. But all right, we get some. So I like the footage courtesy of Explosion. It's kind of cool. We get a Watts interview after the TNA and West thing. We get Team Jarrett in the limo, J-Bone. They're going to pick up Tom T. Stenenbaum and Johnny Fairplay. And
what a horrible name, Cinnabon. Jeez Louise.
No, Tenenbaum.
Cinnabon.
Stenenbaum.
It made me hungry for. Never mind.
Stenenbaum. But do we do an opening? The opening starts the reading of a letter from the owners of TNA discussing the Callis and Erik Watts feud going on. A match is now official for next week. Loser resigns. And all wrestlers are welcome to watch, but they'll be handcuffed in pairs at ringside. Did you catch this?
That sounds wacky.
Bring him in. Speaking of wacky, here he is. Truck's in the house, my man.
Hey, Truck.
How's it going, guys?
Good to have you, my man. Good to have.
Thank you.
How was the watch along today?
It was good. The numbers weren't as big as they have been, but this was an excellent episode. I thought I was really happy with it.
Me too. I told Mark, I was texting Mark, I said, you missed a good one, man.
Yeah.
You gotta go back and watch this one. Very fun. This one was enjoyable. I really did like it. Did you catch what I was talking about just now where they said that all wrestlers will be handcuffed at ringside in pairs?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one. We're getting serious here.
It's getting serious for sure.
Yeah.
So we open up with Watts and Goldilocks discussing the Callis match. The crowd, it's Juggalo Central in the crowd,
which was cool. They were still doing their promotion at this time, I guess.
JCW still going. I'm a huge ICP guy. I'm talking. I've seen him a dozen times in concert. I have every Joker's card. I'm nuts. I'm a Juggalo. Proud of it. I love him. It was bananas in this crowd though. Like they were chanting all night long. It was a little distracting sometimes.
They were ridiculous.
They were loud, man. It
was to the point that I did not like this episode.
Get out of here! Really?
It was that distracting. Wow. They didn't even look. I get that they have a fan base, and that's fine. But this was not the place for them. they could have given two shits about this show.
You think they're trying to get themselves over? Because there was a lot of ICP.
Oh yeah, and then half the shit I didn't even know what they were chanting because I'm just not a juggalo. They were reciting lyrics to shit, and I was just like, what the fuck? How are you? What? And then when they were done and they realized that no one was paying attention to them, they turned their back.
Get out of here.
They turned around and half of them were like this and pointing and looking around and like just zoning out. Rewatch it and just focus on them. It was ridiculous.
I didn't notice any of that.
There was
that was horrible. I'm not making it up. Go back and watch it.
I know that I did kick because there's an ICP chant that they say magic ninja what, like they were doing that all night, like that chant was going on all night.
They were guests, weren't they? They didn't just show up; they were invited.
Well, the ICP themselves were invited for sure because TNA called them out.
Yeah.
But I remember, and I started remembering as it was going on, what ICP did was say, "We're gonna be here, show up." So like it popped the house, though. I mean, they bought tickets. Like they didn't get these kids all bought tickets to come in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was like what I'm guessing about 50-ish.
More than that, man.
Across the back. Well, there was like. It was like half of the bleachers across like two sections and like some on the floor. So it's really hard to tell like exactly how much. I felt like they actually multiplied during the show because for a while it was like, oh, there's a little bunch here. And then they showed the crowd again and you started to realize, oh no, there's more jerseys over here. And then, there's goofy fucking hats over here. But, oh, my God, how many are there?
Wait a minute. I think we got somebody who was on site.
Yeah.
First Saban night. We nearly started a riot with them in the second match for holding up an insane cock pleaser sign. Were you there? Are you that dude who reached out to us on Twitter?
That's the guy.
That's him?
The guy.
Oh, what up, man?
That's the guy.
We got to get him on. I want the experience. That's amazing. I want to know more. But can you come on at some point? Saban, you got to come on at some point on the show. I want to hear all about this. Get a hold of us.
We were talking to him on Twitter, right?
Yes, I think that's him. Yeah.
Saban, we would love to have you on sometime, like once in a while, for like maybe like bigger shows or something like that, and get your opinion on crowds and stuff. Yeah.
So we open up with Watts and Goldie. Watts' promo, a lot of this conjunction type, like I'm gonna kick your, and he always puts his microphone to the crowd for ass. Like they discussed.
They kind of responded, not really.
It's fading.
Discussed the America's X Cup, and they announced team captain would be Jerry Lynn, who returns after 5 months, which is awesome. See Jerry. Crowd super happy about that. ICP. I wrote here ICP chants are a bit much at this point. They're like really starting to go. Kid Cash, who is a all-star in this episode, by the way, Hot Truck. Like Kid Cash literally is the star of the show.
He was here more than Jarrett was, which
he was.
How often can you say that about anybody?
Should I ding the cowbell every time Kid Cash appears?
Your bell
would definitely steal it.
Your bell would break, Trent.
It probably would.
There would be nothing left of it. It would be like, you'd have to put the oxygen up to it. It'd be like,
yeah. Saban, I check your DMs. Mark did reply to you. Check it out. So Kid Cash interrupts at this point. Callis calls the Juggalos painted whores, and they boo him. They're swearing at him because there's swear beeps going on. Kid Cash tries to say how the NWA let him down.
Oh, they were like, you suck dick or something. Yeah. Like that. Yeah.
And he goes, come on, let's join Jeff Jarrett's team here. Let's be a part of the family. And says, sign or he will kick his ass. And he said, Watts is like, all right, I'll sign it. Then he does the whole classic, like, I'm going to sign it, but then fucking just clipboards him over the head. He smashed that clipboard on the side of his face, though. Did you guys catch that? It was pretty wicked. Like, that thing exploded.
Broke it in half.
That was pretty rough. They showed Johnny Fairplay's jet at this point, which I want to say stock footage, but I don't know, man. He was a star at this time.
Didn't it have like a TNA sticker on it too? It looked like there was some logo. Yeah, there was a logo on it.
There was a logo sticker towards the front of the cockpit. Yeah. Well, it looked. I don't think it was Johnny Fairplay's jet. I think they sent him a jet to get from point A to point B.
Jet, man.
Yeah. But Trent's comment about its stock footage, it looked weird to me. Like the decal itself looked like something you would buy a Canadian Tire and just like slap on your car after the fact. So I don't know if it was real or not.
Maybe not, man. They probably went to like a hangar, like, can we just use the plane? Just put a little decal on. Just like, get the shot and we're out.
Lick it and stick it.
Maybe. Either way, they created an image. And did you watch Survivor? Were you a Survivor guy?
No.
Anybody in the chat watch Survivor and know about Johnny Fairplay? Because I'll tell you what, Dave, my buddy Dave, was a Survivor fan. So to him, this was a thing. Like he was like, oh, this guy's coming, fuck this guy. Like he was fired up. So like it was interesting because I didn't watch Survivor, but Dave's like, yeah, dude, like that guy sucks. I hate this dude. So it was interesting to see how many people actually got it. But to show the plane, Jarrett and Callis are on the phone in the locker room on the phone with Tom T. Stenenbaum's brother, Isaac Stenenbaum. And he's like, are you sure you're Tom's brother? He's like, of course I am. Like, this is leading to something. I don't know who this guy is, but he's like, yeah, of course I'm Isaac Stenenbaum. Yeah. And Callis is afraid to wrestle next week. And he's like, look at my hands. I don't get them dirty anymore.
I can't do this.
Which, you know what? A lot of people, Truck, I don't know if have you seen Callis's matches from back in the day?
No.
He actually was a pretty good wrestler. Don was actually a pretty good wrestler. Retired early, though. Like, didn't go on too far. Because by the time he got to the Jackal gimmick in WWF, he was already retired at that point. So his career wasn't long. But he was a good wrestler, though. Cash comes in at this point. Jarrett says, you better get Siaki to sign or else. And then they set it up tonight as the El Leon street fight. Jeff Jarrett and El Leon. So all this, a big opening segment. J-Bo, I'm going to go to you first. A lot to digest here. Hot opening segment. Even though you didn't like the ICP thing, how'd you feel?
I was hoping that the crowd would settle down a little bit, or the crowd would, wake up and, oh, we're actually at a wrestling show. It's not oh shit, So I'm a little off, I like the whole brawl thing between Jerry Lynn and Cash and everything, and Watts is there. So we're gonna do the X Cup in 2 weeks. Yeah, yep. There's a lot of stuff going on here before this first match.
I mean, that's a lot to digest in the first 15 minutes, Truck, maybe on this. Like, that's a lot going on in the first couple of minutes of the show.
And that's like 2 weeks in a row where there's like no opening match, and there's just like all promo, regurgitated segment, promo. It's just all this. Whoa, what are you?
I'm looking at my notes. The first match is until segment 6, because after that, you get a Jim Mitchell and Raven recap video.
Yep.
And then it's the gathering, Julio and Punk with Jim Mitchell taking on Sandman and Balls Mahoney, in his debut, by the way. Balls Mahoney's debut.
Balls.
Crowd loved him, though. And the ICP, I mean, it was the Juggalo crowd. They loved Balls. They love chanting. They love chanting balls. Also,
yes,
that's part of it.
Yeah. It's an easy pop. Yeah,
it is.
It's an easy one to get.
I mean, it's a typical Sandman deal that took forever to get in there, and it was like,
it was basically a segment itself. It wasn't really a match.
It was. Were you an ECW guy, Truck? Did you watch Balls and ECW and stuff?
A little bit, but where I grew up, ECW was more of a legend than something you could actually watch. Like, you would get tapes every once in a while. Maybe there'd be a tape that would show up at Hollywood Video or something.
Yeah.
And like message boards were just starting to become a thing. So me and my circle of wrestling nerd friends, we knew it existed and we knew a lot of these names, but hardly saw any of the matches. But yeah, Balls Mahoney, we knew who that was.
Second wrestler I ever met was Balls Mahoney.
Yeah.
With thumbtacks in his head, and he signed an autograph for me.
Oh my God.
Bleeding. He said, you want a couple of these, brother? I'm like, no, I'm good.
You should have said yes.
I'm good, man.
I thought you were a fan.
Are you kidding? I don't know where that guy's been. Like, you want a few of these? I'm like, take him out of your head. And then some guy actually paid him for it after me. Go figure that.
See, that's the thing. That's why if he's just going to give them to you, you should say yes and then sell them.
Because I bought an autograph 8x10. He's like, Erik, throw a couple of these in there. I'm like, no, keep them. That guy wants them.
Yeah, he went. Let's see. Axel Rotten died when I was with the Rambling About Wrestling crew, and that was about 7 years ago. And Balls, I think, died right. I want to say
right after
that. Yeah,
Axel died in a McDonald's bathroom, from what I remember.
Yeah, he OD'd
right?
at a McDonald's. Yeah.
What a horrible end! Like honestly, what a horrible way to go.
Yeah,
not that unusual for those guys either. Unfortunately,
no, a lot of weird stuff going on. The chair shots. I mean, who knows what was going on?
CTE. They get hooked on drugs because they're in so much pain. And
I mean, I've seen chair shots that Balls took and gave that were just like mind-boggling looking back at it. You know, like you're like, what? Like how?
I don't miss that part. I don't miss that.
I don't either, man. Like I've played around and like given myself a chair shot or like my buddy like here, like not like that, but and it hurts enough when you're just kind of like doing it to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You see these guys there, I mean, they're swinging for the fences. You're like, Jesus Christ, like what? It's not surprising. It's not.
It's crazy.
But the Gathering wins. They bust out thumbtacks and the arena goes dark. Now, okay, Truck, since you just watched this fresh, so the arena goes dark, and they play a couple Raven quotes, but it's like glitchy, like it's
like a record skipping. Yeah, I don't know if that was on purpose or.
Yeah. Okay, what do you think?
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess yes.
What?
Just because we don't actually see him at all in this episode, I'm guessing he's coming back, repackaged or evolved or something, and this is kind of signifying that.
Well, was it supposed to be glitchy though? It was like quote the Raven, quote the Raven. I'm like, what's going on? And it was like, and it was like all glitchy and shit. I'm like, is that by design? By design.
I would guess yes, but I guess it depends on what we see next week. If they build on that sort of theme.
Yeah.
But
weird.
Yeah.
It's
the only reason I would say that it was deliberate too is Raven doesn't actually show up.
He does not show up.
They don't. Right. It's not like they were just playing his music to announce his arrival. This was something weird.
It was weird. Yeah. It was. What do you think, Jay? On purpose or glitch?
No, it's on purpose. It was by design. I don't know.
Nice.
Plug by design. Every time I'm gonna hit the plug every time we also work in something like kitschy like that. Like, was it by design? Ding.
There you go.
All night long. Some shit like that.
I was trying to think of the different gimmicks he's had, but this whole year here, well, everything before this, that we've done was completely out of sight, out of mind. Had no clue what was really going on, with the exception of me seeing a couple highlights. Like they would play, like they said, Brian Urlacher is showing up next week, and it's like, oh yeah, they play that one on a weekly basis between segments, on Twitch. So I'm sure I'll recognize some of that.
Oh, you will. But
as far as what happens with Raven, I have no clue what's coming. Maybe new music. Maybe he shaves his head, gets a different outfit. So I really.
That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, there's going to be something different about him when he does show up.
I mean, it can't be that much because he was always something like dark and gothic or something,
It's weird because the lights come back on and Sandman clears the ring. It was kind of like awkward. It was really it was kind of janky at the end. Like it was really like just clunky at the end.
Wonky.
I should be using that. We get a recap feud of Glen, Swinger, Simon, and David Young. That whole feud, and then now we're with Scott Hudson. Oh, this is gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Scott Hudson with Glen Gilberti and David Young talking about the breakup with Simon and Swinger. Says they aren't on the same page and Glenn says, you know what? On top of which, I know I've got sources telling me that one of them has signed Jarrett's pledge and the other hasn't. Predictions right now: who signed, who hasn't?
That's right. They did say that.
Is it this guy? Is it our boy here? Where is he at? Where's the swing? Come on, where is he? Here he is.
And I want my pizzles back.
Is it him? Did he sign? Who? Predictions for anybody who watched it, but who signed, who didn't? I'm going with, I think Simon Diamond pledged. He's always snaky, that Simon Diamond. What do you think, Truck?
I think Glen's screwing us around. I don't think either one of them signed. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think Glen is being Glen. He wants to sow dissent and hurt these guys even more than he already has. And this would be the way to do it, because they've been really on the same page, all this time.
Yeah.
And I think we've seen a couple of vignettes with them in the back talking about this loyalty pledge stuff and basically saying, we're not interested. We're a team here. We're doing our own thing.
That's true. They have. You're right.
You guys can shove it.
What do you think,
yeah,
Jay?
Exactly.
You think we got a pledge or we got a Glen Gilberti screw job going on here?
Because these guys tagged for like the next couple of years in TNA on and off. I remember watching them on TV after the pay-per-views. So yeah, I think they're full of it.
Okay.
I think Swinger and Diamond are fine.
We get the match, and it's like nothing though. Like the match is it's Glen Gilberti and David Young against Simon Diamond and Johnny Swinger, and it's like I don't know, nothing really special. Simon and Swinger win. Anything of note that I missed? Because I didn't see anything really major coming out of this.
All these matches were super short, and the stuff that surrounded, like before and after the matches, were very, they were the stuff that moved the stories along. Like the stuff that happened after this match, ridiculous.
Very story heavy.
The whole Sarah Lee getting dragged out there by
wait
Cash.
Till we get to that. Oh, that's next. Actually, that's it.
That's what followed. Yeah. That went right into this because.
Oh my god!
Because Chris, so many people got involved. I'm trying to remember who was still standing in the ring. I think Disco and David Young were still standing in the ring after they lost, and they were watching Cash rough up Sarah Lee.
It was a little uncomfortable. Am I crazy? Or like she's 70 years old at this point.
She was up for it though. She said yes.
Dude, yes. What a trooper though.
I'm sure he wasn't trying to physically rip hair out of her skull. I'm sure he had his hand on her head and just,
She's a tough chick,
come
man.
on, let's go.
No, she was, but he like drags her through the crowd by the hair. I really, my notes literally say this is nuts because he's like dragging, like this is my grandmother, man. Like,
well, think back to what he was doing with Trinity during their bit, however many dozens of episodes that was. Yeah. He was just as harsh with her, and that made me uncomfortable. I guess maybe now I just expect him to treat them in this way, so I'm a bit inoculated.
Can you imagine this today?
They would never get on TV.
I mean, could you imagine? This would be bananas if this got on TV like today. Holy crap. But they're choking each other. Like, it looks so real because, like, she's fighting him off. Like, choking him, he's choking her. And he puts her face in the mat. He's, like, forcing her to sign. I wrote again in my notes, this is nuts, all capital.
And I wonder who she was that she was asked to do this, and she says, "Yeah, I'm up for that. Let's go."
Well, she was the ticket taker. She's been there since the old.
Was she ever a worker though? Or?
I believe she was. I think she was Corsica Joe's wife. I believe, who was a Memphis guy. Let me see on. Sarah, I believe she worked too, though.
Yeah,
because that would be the only thing I would guess. Just the way that she was getting treated.
She was,
and agreeing to do this. This obviously isn't your first rodeo, so.
Yes, she wrestled too. She was Corsica Joe's wife.
Okay. There you go.
If you remember, Corsica Joe appeared on the first NWA-TNA pay-per-view when they did the honoring of the old veterans. It was like Steamboat, Harley Race, Corsica Joe, Sarah Lee, Dory Funk. Like they had all the classics out there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that first night. Yeah.
And let me see if is she still alive? I'm curious now. Let me see. I don't know if she has a wiki. Oh no, I think she passed. After a time from wrestling. Oh, here we go. I think she passed, guys. She died in 2008.
So 4 years after this show.
I'm looking at her picture from when she was wrestling. She was married to Corsica Joe. Here's a couple of career highs. I just want to call it because she is such a trooper in this scene. She definitely deserves a little call out. After retiring from wrestling, Sarah Lee became the longtime ticket taker for all the matches in Memphis and Nashville, Tennessee. Made several on-air appearances for NWA-TNA as a member of the TNA ticket staff. And in 2008, she passed away at 76 due to Alzheimer's. But they were wrestling's longest standing couple, 43 years of marriage. And isn't that something? That's amazing, man. And she passed. Yeah, she passed in 2008. Sarah Lee. That's awesome.
Wow.
What a trooper. She is a tough chick. She's a really tough chick.
She is. Yeah,
she's so cool.
It was uncomfortable to watch just because she is so elderly. But she gave it right back to him when she had the opportunity. You know,
yep.
He's walking with her, grabbing her hair. She'd reach over, yank his hair, and he'd be like,
That's a tough woman, man. That is a tough one.
So that really got a reaction, like as far as like an organic reaction out of the crowd, because half the reactions from the crowd were just the juggalos chanting, hey, suck my dick, or ICP, or fago, and holding up the fago sign. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Not a fan. Not a fan, I guess.
I'll tell you what, though. You're right. Like booking heat is an art. Like that's heat. The match was like 3 minutes and forgettable. But this is like we're spending 10 minutes talking about it here because it's like I will never forget this segment now.
Yes,
it was nuts.
Yeah,
booking and where it goes from here.
Oh, so yeah, let me finish setting it up and we'll talk about the whole thing. Tiny comes in. Tiny's ass walks in there, shirt off.
This is 3 weeks in a row for him, I think.
Yes, it is.
2 or 3, half naked. It's like, holy shit! Can someone at least shave him? No, fuck it.
Shave his back at least, for God's sake, shave the man.
Be like if I went out there.
Glen is about to pile drive Miss Sarah at this point. Glen goes to pile drive her. Just hear she's 70 years old at this point. Okay. But then Chris Vaughn makes the save. So they were really trying with this kid. My notes say, did they have big plans for this kid? Because they put him in these big segments. They take him out. Heavy D comes in and cleans house. Do you think they had big plans for Chris Vaughn? Like was
absolutely.
Because it clearly, right? Like
absolutely, yeah. How much? Why would you give that guy that much time?
So much.
And like last week, his match with Cash, I thought was good. He got the shit beat out of him, but it was a good match.
I wonder if let me look him up. Chris Vaughn. I'm
You're going to be disappointed because I looked him up after last week too.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Well, tell me anything. You found anything out?
This was it. This was the high point.
This was it, huh? Yeah, I found him right here on Cage. Cage Match is a gem of a website, by the way, guys. He kept wrestling though, and. Man, that's it. I guess he's.
Yep.
Is he? No, he. That's it. Look at this truck. Wait, 3 appearances for TNA, and then he's gone. He does 3 more appearances until 2000, and he's done in 2008. He wrestled a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 matches. That's it. What am I looking?
Maybe he pissed somebody off. Maybe he changed his mind about wanting to do this.
40 matches, 40 total. 40 total matches. 40 total matches. 11
like his time in TNA. If you just looked at these last couple of weeks, you'd think, man, this guy's going to be somewhere in just like a couple of months. And it doesn't happen.
4 years later, he's out. And he only wrestled 1 match in 2007 and 2008. Like, wow, whatever happened to this kid? Interesting.
Get him on the show.
Get out. Chris Vaughn, we're looking for you, pal. But what
cock block you on that one.
What a segment though, man. What a amazing piece of art here. Oh, okay. Look, we got firsthand experience. We got to get you on here, man. They were dying to make Vaughn and Santel another homegrown tag team like the Naturals, but Santel's shoulder just wouldn't heal for almost the entire year, so they moved on when they went to Orlando. Beautiful. Oh my God, we got to get this kid. This guy's got to be on.
Wow,
that is amazing. He's so right because Santel.
Oh, that's right, because it was 2 of them, right?
Santel's shoulder, he was always in that sling. He never bounced back. Oh, my God.
Yeah, shame.
Thank you, Sabanite, man. You got to get in here. This is firsthand accounts going on. I love this. Check your DMs. Would you get on the show already? So we get the limo pulls up. The limo pulls up and a bunch of hotties come out, man. It's like a cavalcade. This is what it's gonna look like at Bound for Glory when Jake gets out of the limo. It's a bunch of hotties lining up. The last one he pulls back in, which was slick. But
it was the one in the blue dress, of course. He's got great taste like me.
There we go. And then I love this, the footage from Explosion, which are like
wonderful
promos. You are gonna be in trouble, but you could say you're drunk because the Bucks just won.
Oh, Jay, she doesn't watch the show.
No, I gotta open my non-alcoholic beer.
She does. She does once. You know what? Speaking of that, I'm going to grab one more. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, Jay. Trinity talk. He deserves it. His Bucks just won. They show Trinity talking to Siaki, who's taking a doo-doo and he's trying to take a doo-doo in peace. Your truck. He's like, "Can I take my doo-doo in peace? God damn it!" And she's like talking him through the bathroom. And then Cash walks up. He's like, "What's going?" He's like, "Hey, Siaki." He's like, "God damn, you too? Can I just shit in peace?" And he's sliding the clipboard underneath the door. He's throwing it back at him. Trinity's all like, "What are you talking about?" She's very New York here. Very New York here. She's like, "What are you doing? What are you signing? What are you doing? What do you think you want, Kid Cash?" Like, she's really giving him a hard time. And Siaki comes out, doesn't wash his hands. Just smell his hands, though. He's like, "Oh, man." Then he's like, "I was advised not to sign it." And she's like, "Who advised you? Who the hell advised you? Who are you?" And she's like busting his balls. Cash like, "Come on, please, don't be in trouble." And then he's like, "I'm not signing." He walks out and he's like, "Oh, what about you?" And then she signs it. And he's like, "Whoa." He's like, "Well, call me." So this is we get a tease of what's gonna happen later. Doesn't really work out.
Yeah, I seriously thought
Yes.
that when he slid the clipboard underneath the door,
I thought the same thing you were getting at here.
you know where I'm going for.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like a smear of pudding on there.
I know.
It's, you know, like, I signed it, wiped my ass with, just dump some, Jello pudding on it or something like that.
It was the perfect opportunity to do that. Why wouldn't you do that, Truck?
You're dissatisfied that this segment didn't go further than it did?
Yes. It was a perfect
But the beating up the ticket taker, that's too much. That's too much.
I mean,
this 70-year-old woman, she can't take a pile driver. She can't make her own decisions.
Well, it's already happened before. That's why it was like, it wasn't the first time. Because Bully Ray, or Bubba Ray, excuse me, already did that to, was that Mae Young? Or
yeah, but dude, I think Cash was way more brutal with Miss Sarah than he was with Mae Young. He was dragging her by. He never dragged Mae Young by the hair, man.
Or was it Moolah?
Both of them. But in this case, it was the perfect opportunity for him to just wipe his ass with the contract. Like, I ain't signing shit. And he's like, "What the fuck?" It would have been perfect. I think it would have been funny. Everybody loves a good shit joke, Truck. Come on, man.
And then walk up to Callis and be like, "Oh, did he sign it?" And then he shows him the page and be like, "Oh, it's that smell."
Yeah, he signed it.
Come on, man.
I was curious, does AAW pay you as a producer, or do you just keep showing up and insisting?
Me?
Yeah. Like with ideas like this,
Hey, wait a minute. They wouldn't give me. I have Fred Yehi's championship belt to the left of me right now. They wouldn't do that.
Do they know that you have it? Did you just take it and run?
I took it and run. Took it on the run.
If I tweet Fred, is he going to be like, "Shit, that's where my belt is"?
Like, son of a bitch. I had to take it. It's you know how hard it is to take the belts from the champions for like a clean, because you want to do an annual like real detail on them, and like asking the champs to be like, "Hey, you gotta give me your belt." They're like, "What?" Like it's almost like you're asking for their pants. You're like, "What? My belt?" Like, fuck, I can't give. So I don't have Myron's though. I don't have Myron's heritage title.
You mean Hakeem's?
Well, eventually, god damn it, eventually. And then the women's was fine. I didn't have to clean. I was like so new still, looks great. And Allison, great champion, cleans it before she gets to the arena. Just gives it a little buff ski, brings it in. But I tell you what, man, the heavyweight had dried Mansur blood on it. I'm like, ooh, gotta take care of this. I mean, Eddie Kingston's coming to town. We gotta look presentable here.
There's gonna be more blood then for sure.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, just imagine what you're gonna have to do to it after that. I mean,
he's fired up, man. He is so fired up to come home.
Did you clear up those issues? I know we're way off track, but tonight, but fuck it, So
No, everything's good to go. Everything's good to go. Eddie will be there. We're all set. We're all set for Eddie.
Someone settled down, Tony.
No, well, he's still very fired up about other things.
Just tell him to smoke a bowl and chill out.
So let's we go. All right, so Scott Hudson. Wait. Oh, it's gonna be great. This is gonna be great with these double bell action. Scott Hudson with Siaki and Trinity, and they were just watching the tape of what happened earlier. And Siaki's like, "You started shit behind my back." And he's like, what the hell? And they argue, and he tells her to stay in the back. Do not come out for my match.
Can that be the next T-shirt?
Double bells?
Double bell action.
Just be like, yes.
like some rabid cow with two bells or
somebody
something.
gift this, just fucking me just knocking bells against my head. All right. But it's Sonny Siaki with eventually with Trinity, but against D'Lo Brown, who's coming back after a tour of Japan. It's great to see D'Lo wrestling because we're so used to him as a commentator now. I love D'Lo as a commentator. And
he's good. I've come to like him. I mean, if it takes a few weeks to kind of get used to it, or see if they really gel. I think they do all right. Matt Striker, it's great to have him back. I know he's not everybody's cup of tea.
I love him,
but he was great.
Truck, you a Matt Striker guy?
I'm a huge Matt Striker guy. Yeah, when I found out that he was working for Impact, but behind the scenes and not actually, on commentary, I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Did you guys not watch Lucha Underground? Why is this man not on TV every week? Yeah, I love Matt Striker.
He's great.
I hope you're listening, Matt.
Yes, Matt Striker. I hope you're listening, pal. Really, really cool guy, though. Such a cool dude. Like when I was fortunate to meet him, like hang out with him. I chatted him around for a couple hours. He is so cool. Like, some people are just like a cool guy. Like, he's a cool guy. Like, he doesn't have to try. He's just a cool fucking guy.
He's just like, effortlessly cool.
He is, man. Some people like have to try to be cool. Like, that dude's just cool. Like I'm like, no, just like cool. You're like, man, I want to be that guy's friend. And he's like, I got friends. Maybe I'll let you. And then you're like, man, what do I have to do to get on that list? You're like, fuck. Then you like live the rest of your life trying to be on that list because Matt Striker is so cool. Remind me to do this again on Thursday in case he's listening to the main show.
So if you're not already signed up for the Patreon,
oh man,
you should definitely do so because you get more of this.
You get more of me talking about how cool Matt Striker is. Just this sweating Striker, bro.
Do I text him? Is it too late to text him?
Hey man, hey, it's Trent, man. What's going on?
You up?
Hey, you up, bro? Can you get on the phone actually? No, like actual phone call, like voice call. I know people don't do this a lot. I know. Like, do you have like a minute though? All right, cool. It'd be cool to hear your voice. It's been a while. This is what you get on Patreon. It's Trent's fantasy booking of a phone call.
I miss you.
Of his friendships. Fantasy booking his friendships, not shows.
Oh my God, Truck. Can we do this? Where it's a one side, it's like a one-man play of me like fantasy booking friendships with wrestling.
Okay, that might get weird. If it's behind a paywall, maybe. Don't do that in public, though. I would suggest.
God.
You gotta put some corny music behind it.
Hey, Roman. Yeah, it's true. I know. You won't believe this. Like the girl at Walgreens even said it too. I swear. She's like, I know. Like, I don't think I look that much like you, but like Walgreens said it too. Like maybe a third cousin. All right, fine. Like I know I'm not. Okay, I'm not some bro. I know I'm not Simone, but dude, come on. We got like the same look. We're both like brown. Come on, dude. I know. Like it's just fucking. I mean, it happened at CVS last week. Dude, it's so weird. It's like crazy. Like eventually we gotta take a picture together. Come on, man. Like we gotta. It'd be funny. I could bust it out at Walgreens. All right, cool. How's the kids? All right, guys, cool. I'll call you next week. I'll call you next week, bro. Truck, I want you to start workshopping this, my man. You are the director of authority here. You got to start thinking about this. This is money. I do improv theater, and you just did an excellent piece of work. I don't think you need much support. Oh, this is great. Yeah. This is awesome.
That's why he's the #1 producer of AA.
Yeah. You're obviously professional.
Thank you. The
most. All of Vance's promos are actually Trent's work. Vance is really just a puppet.
No, I gotta be honest, man. Mance is like it's like here's bullet point, boom, 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 and he just fucking rolls. That guy is incredible, unbelievable, Mance Warner. All right, we're straying, boys.
Watch AEW.
The whole first hour was us talking about bucks and bullshit.
We're making good pace. We're on segment 12 here.
Well, the matches are nothing to talk about, so you've got to fill the time somehow.
The matches are like 2 minutes each. It's like Monday Night Raw, you know.
It's
like Karrion Kross dying on his own cross with Jeff Jarrett.
Bad story.
He made his choices, Jay.
He did.
He made his choices.
He sure did.
Did you guys? Was that a botch by Trinity on that tornado DDT in this match? She jumps on the deal. There's a lot of spinning, and I don't know. I'm like, who hit who here? Like, I don't know if I'm the only one who caught this, but there was a weird botchy tornado DDT going on.
I might have missed that, but wait, I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Never mind.
Which one's Jay? All right, well, fine. let's let J-Bone compose himself after.
I'm thinking about. Oh, you know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about the whole Tracy Brooks Elix skipper crap
thing, whatever that was.
Be still my heart, man. Oh, Tracy Brooks is up. Period. That's all I gotta say. But D'Lo wins with the sky high. Cash comes out. Kid Cash comes out to force the signature. Siaki says no, and Cash slaps him. They brawl. Trinity turns on Siaki. Hits a great moonsault, by the way. Trinity's moonsault was like perfectly arched. But then she doesn't join Cash either. She's like, fuck you. And she walks off from Cash too. So like that was what okay, is Trinity lost at this point? Like, are we really just like riding Trinity into the ground at this point? What are we doing with Trinity? I think she's lost. Anybody? Jay, Truck, somebody give me.
I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea what this was about. Because we get another little bit with her just right after this in the back. And same thing.
That's right.
Keep this man away from me. Which is not really any way to start or advance the story. So, saying, no, I don't want to be involved with this. So, not sure what that is.
I'm not sure if Trinity is someone to focus on here. I think this is more of a face turn for Siaki.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's
we're missing that part.
But he's been so hated since day one with the whole Russo thing. This is not going to be one of those. Some depending on who you are and what the situation is. Sometimes it's an overnight sensation. You know, sometimes someone can be the most meanest. Okay, just perfect example. First one off the top of my head, pardon the brand. Just bear with me here.
Uh-oh. Am I gonna soundbite you? Go ahead.
It's like Sheamus is in the ring.
Oh, here we go.
And he's bitching and moaning, and all of a sudden Mark Henry comes out.
Oh my God, J-Bo, you're hitting me hard. I gotta give you this. I'm sorry to cut you. I gotta give you this before you continue.
You've stepped over the line now. You've taken it too far.
Go ahead. I'm giving an example. I'm not jumping ship, damn it. No, but the perfect example is like, Mark Henry just absolutely hated. He was one of the biggest heels over the course of the past few years. And all it took was him coming out to face Sheamus, and all of a sudden, arena erupted in jubilee. Like, yay, it's Mark Henry. There was no second thinking about it. When Siaki started beating up Cash, the crowd went mild. They didn't even know. Like there might have been a couple cheers, but it wasn't like some big, yay! It's
they didn't know how to react.
Yeah.
He's been written into the ground. Siaki is one of the most diluted characters that
back
they've
and
had.
forth and back and forth and back and forth. I'm taking over this sex. I'm not taking over the sex. I'm doing this new thing now. We're branching out. Everybody's splitting up. We're doing a new thing. Nobody gives a fuck.
All over the
now
place. No, it's true. I mean, Siaki started off real hot, then they just rode him into the ground. I can see why. Like he makes it to the Orlando period.
Yes,
but I can see why he just at that. I know he left. He went to go to WWE developmental, but I could see like at that point he's probably like, "What the hell? They're not doing anything with me." I mean, he got an X Division title run. That's about it. So
because he at one point I distinctly remember him. Damn cats! Like just.
Goddamn cats. You all right there, J-Bone?
Bleeding my own blood. Never mind. Anybody got a Band-Aid? I distinctly remember.
Do you need a minute? Is it that bad?
What's going on there, J-Bone?
Boom. No, I distinctly remember Siaki and Apollo.
Yes.
Leon.
Oh yeah, it is.
Tag
It is him. Oops, it is him. Way to break the secret, J-Bone.
We said it last week.
Jesus Christ!
And I was all excited for it. I was like, "Oh, it's Apollo."
Which one's Jay?
Exactly. No, he comes a little later.
He does. So I mean, again, he's written into the ground. We don't know really. I mean, they're gonna find something for him, but they never really get him back on track. Which, whatever, it's what it is. Victim of circumstance, man. We go to Scott Hudson with Jeff Jarrett, Don Callis, the red shirt security. Trinity walks in, as Truck was saying, and she's like, "I'm loyal to them, but I want nothing to do with Kid Cash. Leave Kid Cash on him." He's like, "Come on, baby, I'm here." It's like,
who are we supposed to be pulling for in this situation?
Good point.
The abusive ex-boyfriend or Trinity?
Who's like kind of shitty to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, she's not endearing, and he's
no, not at all.
Like, I almost like him more because he's like he accepts it. He's like, I'm a prick and I know it. I'm proud of it. And you're like,
his tone has shifted so much from when they were first working together, however many months ago that was. It's just weird. It's like he's a completely different person.
Yeah, he's humbled. He's still shitty, but he's humbled because he's like, "Call me,
call me."
It's not a good look. It's not a good look for anybody.
It's not. We got a recap of the Triple X feud, some bonus clips, I love the bonus little like short interview clips they're inserting, which is always a nice little extra content. And then we go to the match. Michael Shane and Shane Douglas, the Shanes, if you will, against with Tracy in their corner. Tracy Brooks. Oh my God. Tracy Brooks with Christopher Daniels and Elix Skipper, which Mike Tenay very adamant on saying this is not Triple X. This is just Daniels and Skipper.
Double X.
It's Double X, but he didn't say that. I like the match.
Yeah, me too.
I think this was a great match.
Yeah.
Tracy and Elix bump was so unnecessary, though. I want to spend a minute on this. That bump that they took through the table was completely unnecessary. Like, that was so risky.
It was chairs that were put together.
It didn't make any sense. You had Elix sitting. The chairs were 4 chairs. Elix sitting, Tracy behind him, and he goes through flat, stomach first, through the chairs, and her on his back, and you could see like she knocks her elbow. When she's whining, that totally on the replay, she knocked her elbow out. Yes. Yeah,
she's crying. So the whole ending of this is so fucked up.
Yeah,
I blame Shane Douglas.
Oh, okay.
Because he's so into her, or at least he portrays to be. But after they win, and he's in the camera, and he's all, he's mean mugging, he's smiling, he's drooling, he's like, "We won! I got those sons of bitches." Tracy is literally behind him on the floor, dying.
You could see on the replay she hits her elbow on the chair bad.
Yeah, either between the elbow or it's like, okay, so Elix is
such a risky move. Yeah,
Elix is her cushion.
It's a nothing match.
But when she hits, she still hits the ground next to him.
Yes,
she hits her arm, elbow, whatever she does. She is visibly crying. At the end, he is dragging her. I could show you an example with Manny Bones, but it would be really awkward. He is dragging her by like under her arms, and then he gets her up to the point where you kind of see like the side of her face, and she's got this look on her face like she is just sobbing. She is in so much pain. So she's either selling the hell out of it or she really fucked herself up. And he's just dragging her along. It's like, what the fuck, dude? Pick her up, something.
But like, so the bump made no sense.
It just looked so ugly on Shane's part. It's like, dude, you are kissing this woman like every 2 seconds, and now you're literally like cavemaning her out of the arena. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
I mean, dude, the bump made no sense. Why are you taking her with you face first? I mean, it's like, what the hell is this bump even? It's like a pointless bump. Elix could have been seriously hurt. If you think about it, Elix went face first with somebody on his back, an extra 100 some odd pounds on his back. That's not good. Like they were on the floor. Like they could have been seriously hurt. That was not cool. Reckless and shit. But crazy shit, man. But weird one. I was not a fan of it. But we go right from that to 3 Live Crew doing a Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Don't give them that much credit, please.
Whoa.
That's what I wrote. Wait, hang on. Where's my?
I'll let Truck take this one because he's hot. He's coming in hot.
I wrote Mystery Theater. Okay, so because I fucked up because I never used to watch it. I wrote Mystery Theater 3000-ish.
Okay,
not that intelligent.
You're not a fan of this. Go ahead.
No, it was very much a period sort of piece. Like you would not see this type of segment done today. I don't think the jokes were crude, lame, low-hanging fruit. You know, I recognize the Mystery Science Theater comparisons. MST3K is intelligent. You know, they draw a lot of inspiration from different, literature and movies and music, and there's a lot of clever jokes. This wasn't clever. This was lazy. This was like, oh, these guys are gay. Ha ha.
Yeah,
come on.
Oh, they're gonna get them from behind. What? It's like,
and that sort of lazy shit. And I don't really like 3 Live Crew to begin with, but I thought this was super lazy. Yeah.
Mark's saying they aged horribly, but you're not a fan of 3 Live Crew at all, huh?
No.
How come?
I think just because of what we just saw. Like this is their
Lowbrow.
gimmick. It's the lazy, low-hanging fruit, lowbrow sort of stuff, and
That's does the in-ring talent from one-time NWA heavyweight champion Ron the Truth Killings make up for it at all, or are you
he's phenomenal. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me ask this: are you a fan of them individually as talents, or no?
I'm a fan of one of them individually.
Fair enough. I see where you're going with this.
I'm guessing the one I just mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's still going too. I mean, just amazing.
He looks phenomenal. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest.
Some guys never age.
He doesn't. He looks the same.
He's pickled or something.
My brother, Mike Bradley. He told me one time. He goes, "Brother, black don't crack." That's what he told me. He's like, "Black don't crack, my man."
One before.
That's my man, Mike Bradley. He's also a pro wrestler. He's out in NOLA, actually. So he used to be up here. But my man Mike, he does listen to the show sometimes. So Mike, that's me and Mike. I go to Mike for these kind. I go, Mike, you're my black brother. I gotta come to you for these kind of things. I need insight on certain things. And he's like, I'll come to you for any Brown related things. I'll come to you. So we have a nice little political system set up. Him and I have information sharing. But he told me one time, I asked him, I go, Mike, what is the secret of Ron the Truth Killing? He goes, brother, black don't crack. Bottom line. That's what I said. I was like, you're damn right. The guy looks amazing at 51 years old.
You would never guess. Yeah, you would never guess.
When I was young, a wee little bone, growing up on the north side of Milwaukee, and there was a point, and this is going way back. I mean, way back before high school, way back. There was a point when I was the only white kid in the neighborhood, and I hung out with all the black kids. And I had this wicked sky hook, like the playing basketball and stuff. And that was my introduction to hip hop. I mean, I through and through, I honestly believe I am like 1/64th black.
Okay, we're gonna move on
from
that one.
Yeah, I think that's the end of that segment.
Wow, I need a soundbite fast. Jesus, here we go. Here, perfect. Here we go.
Whose uncle is this? If the 80s don't come back and get their uncle for real.
Oh, J-Bone.
And I just stopped talking about segments that have not aged well.
J-Bone, what the hell? You know what? I'm gonna address you off the air. I am glad this is a niche audience on Throwback, because if this was Thursday, we'd be canceled quick for this.
When you started that last sentence, I was like, oh shit, he's not going where I think he is he? And I'm watching Trent's expression. I'm just like, you're gonna stop this, right? It's your show.
Not stop it. Not let him go. You let Truck, when somebody's burying themselves, you let them finish. You let them fully bury themselves. And that's what was going on.
Breaking news. Something. Anything.
Yeah, anything. J-Bone, can you? Anyway, listen. Hey, soundbite.
Moving
Here
on.
we go. Here we go.
What was the next
Dumbass.
Good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Hey guys, he just had the basketball just happened. The championship. He's
Hoopball.
Foosball.
One beer.
So we go to the next match. It's the red shirts, Northcutt and Legend versus AMW, Harrison Storm. During commentary, Don West mentions that Kevin Northcutt has been stabbed 9 times and shot while being a bouncer in NOLA, actually. So crazy, but good match, real good match, solid. AMW. Yep. They still are teasing here. Did you catch this, Truck? They're teasing the little split and the breakup of AMW, or like the not breakup, but like Harris kind of
challenges.
Yes,
challenges. Yeah,
which we know Harris does go solo for a bit, but they're teasing it the last month at this point. So
kind of a far ways off in the future yet, though, isn't it? The actual split.
I believe it's several months off still, but I think they were teasing it here. They were trying it out. Because and obviously they don't go right for it because we get a return. The Naturals, Chase Steven and Andy Douglas come out and interfere in this one. And I didn't write down who won. Oh, is this a no contest?
No, the red shirts. No, this is for the #1 contendership, and red shirts won.
They did. Okay, I forgot to write.
And that should be that stipulation should be the indicator that AMW is not winning, because the AMW doesn't win when they get opportunities like that.
They never do. You're right.
Yeah, that's the period that they're in right now.
You're right. They don't.
No.
What the hell is with Chase Stevens' hair? Did you see the hair? It looked ridiculous.
It was amazing. I was so freaking jealous.
Oh my god. I wanted now everybody in the chat. We've been seeing AMW, the growth of AMW in this whole thing. So if you guys are in the chat, I want to sound off on this. You have this up and down of AMW. At this point, are you tired of AMW? Are you ready for them to break? Are you ready for them to split up? Like, what are you looking for at AMW? Because they're a couple years in. We know how they have a good success run, but where are you at with them? Because now they're starting a new feud with the Naturals. So I'm just curious what people think about AMW right now. But what's Armand saying over here? He's
everybody's supporting me in the chat, so you just be nice.
I am sorry, brother. I am sorry.
$5 a piece, right, Jay?
Everybody start calling people homie from now on. Jay, what's wrong with you, man? Come on, what's going on?
Oh.
Look at this, Armand, Spanish and Middle Eastern. Look at that. He's half a brother over here. What's up, Armand? I knew that name. Name had something to do with it. See? There we go. What's up, man? Power to the Brown. Here we go. All right, let's keep going here. And then we go to Scott Hudson with Jim Mitchell and the Gathering discussing what just happened, and they dare Raven to come out. They dare him. You show up, show your face. So we'll see what happens with that. Don Callis now addressing Erik Watts in the ring, doing this whole thing, talking about the match coming up. And this is the big introduction of Johnny Fairplay. Crowd not having it at all. They are not into it.
Really?
Now I noticed this. He went very Andy Kaufman-like with the promo. If you're familiar with the Kaufman-Memphis thing, where he's making fun of rednecks and hillbillies, like, you rednecks in Memphis, Tennessee. He's doing the same thing. He's going very Andy Kaufman because he's kind of like a pipsqueak like Andy Kaufman. AJ Styles comes out and they jaw back and forth. Bunch of chairs get into play, and then AJ power bombs Johnny Fairplay. But did you think he was trying to go for the clash, but then Fairplay kind of squirmed a little bit, and he ended up going power bomb instead? It looked like that to me. I'm just putting that out there.
The clash would be weird to take if you don't, if you're not a worker, I think. Eh?
Good point. Yeah, because if you move your neck the other way just on instinct, you're screwed. And which happened.
Look at how many professional wrestlers who are in-ring veterans have fucked up that move.
They have.
Yeah.
They just threw that.
I always thought that looked scary.
Yeah, that happened to that one guy in England. What was his name? Oh my God, I forgot his name. But this one kid in England, he tucked. You're supposed to flat out because you're falling flat, and they're just by instinct. You tuck your chin. He tucked and he went, right on his neck. Ugh.
The one guy with the neck.
Yes, the one guy with the neck. But Fairplay, I mean, he's not bad as a performer here, like being squirmy with the chair and like being a kind of a shithead. He's around for a while though.
I was going to ask, was this a one-off or is this something?
It should have been.
He should have been. But they really, I know they got press because he was right. I'm talking, he's right off of Survivor at this point. I remember getting a lot of press, like Johnny Fairplay, the most hated man in America, is on wrestling now, and it got a lot of press for them at this point. But I don't know, I mean, I feel like it goes on a bit long.
It feels like it goes on for a long time.
Yeah.
He got a "Who are you?" chant at one point.
Again, it's a weird crowd to introduce him to, though, because you're talking. It's a wrestling crowd full of juggalos at this point on this day, and you're bringing the guy from Survivor on. It's like it's such a weird clash because it's like I don't think they're gonna care or know who he is.
That was such a ridiculous line though that you just shared. It's a wrestling crowd full of juggalos, and we're bringing the Survivor guy in. Can we get this any more convoluted?
Think about that for a second. I mean, just it's bananas, man. Like
it's the weirdest circus.
Now, again, I will put over Fairplay though. He's good at being a shithead. Like I was annoyed by him. That was the idea. He annoyed me, and that's the point. Like he had the face, he had that look. Like you upset me for some reason.
Oh,
I want to beat you up. Yeah, I want to see you get hurt.
Heat. He had major heat.
He had heat, man. But I'll tell you what, he does. Here we go. Sabanite saying the Asheville crowd absolutely not the type of crowd to be watching Survivor in 2004. That's exactly it.
Yeah,
that's not the guy, man. Like that's not the crowd.
Juggalos don't give a shit about primetime TV.
On top of that, it was the Nashville crowd. They're not watching Survivor. Like I said, Dave up in here in Chicago, he loved it. He watched it every week. Nashville's like, we want our wrestling, man. And then I don't know, but kudos to him for putting it out there. He definitely works hard. He tries, and he continues to. So I'm not going to shit on him for trying. He was booked. He did it. So now we go to Don West. We get the Don West visual. Yellow on yellow for Don West. And then they shout out the ICP.
Yeah.
Shaggy and JR in the crowd. And it's like nuts. Like they're going insane. Saban, if you're at the show, were you an ICP fan, or if not, how was the rest of the crowd? Like, were they upset about all these juggalos being in the crowd? I'm curious about that. But they go nuts for these guys.
I will say this from watching it, we're trying to like focus on the matches, but you're like getting distracted by noises and this crowd's doing this and this part of this crowd is doing this. Like sometimes visually you saw stuff, and then other times you just heard stuff. About 1 hour in, it felt like 1 hour in, certain parts of the crowd really started to clash with the ICP crew, the Juggalos.
Yeah.
Like they were trying to either drown them out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It was specifically like when AJ was in the ring, because he's such a homegrown guy, and there are some women that just absolutely lose their minds and become magically impregnated whenever he comes out. So,
I've never seen that. I've never seen the appeal.
And AJ?
Yeah.
Not a handsome man to you? Who is that?
No, I don't get it.
Regular dude?
Fantastic performer, but
it's regular dude. I mean, I don't know. Who is a handsome man on the TNA roster at this point? You have to pick one. I don't know. Erik Watts? Kind of a handsome guy.
Are you serious?
I don't know. I can't.
Goldilocks.
Everybody's got a type. Everybody's got a type. You do you, Trip.
Goldilocks loves him. Shit. But
hey, Goldilocks is getting paid to love him.
He is getting.
We hear that.
I think they were really together, from what I understand at this point. They were
really? Lucky guy.
Now, Sabanite saying they got kicked out by this point for the sign incident, for the Insane Clown Pussies sign. But this show in particular was a nightmare. No kidding. It sounds. I feel like this was nuts. There was so much like audience clash going on here.
Yeah, there really was. I mean, it was uncomfortable. Like when you're trying to focus on in ring and everything behind it is, like I said, there is one point. Like I said earlier, there is one point when 3/4 of that bleacher section behind the ring is their back is turned and they're looking at other stuff. There's a fight going on. There's something going on. They're chanting at each other. They're popping for God knows what. And it's not cool. It's just like, what the fuck are we doing here? You know, it's like, who invited these guys?
Mark has made his pick here. Raven, I just want to do that's bad for me. That's his pick for most handsome member of the TNA roster. Sabanite saying the rest of the crowd hated the Juggalos. Every wrestler we spoke to after the next few weeks hated the Juggalos. Yeah, maybe they were distracted. You know, it seemed weird. But Sabanite, I got to ask, they were buying tickets.
I was going to say, you're busting your ass for a response, and all you're getting is all this extra stupid, nonsensical bullshit.
Look at this now. Here's another fact. I love this. Sabanite, you are a gem of first-hand information. There was a big fight between some of the gang affiliated regular fans and the Juggalos after the show. No kidding.
Yeah, it looked like stuff was getting heated.
Get the hell out of here.
I'd say if you watch this one back, watch the crowd. And you'll see a lot of little things popping up in the crowd, things happening.
Really? That's why I said it was so hard to watch. I would love to have been just living in Nashville, going to these every week. I swear, man. I'm so glad I got to go at least once to the Asylum. But man, you imagine if this was your Wednesday night every week? This sounds like such a blast. $15 GAs? Come on, man. I would have been there every week. Shit, that's awesome. All right. So now it's yell. So they announced the ICP. And then we go to Scott Hudson. This is the last Scott Hudson. I'm going to give that back. No.
I told you, dude, you're going to break that thing.
My neighbor's going to break my face is what's going to happen.
That's a pretty heavy cowbell, Jay. It's going to last a while.
Knock somebody out with this. He's with Goldilocks. And then Erik Watts, Goldilocks, El Leon discuss next week's match. And he now notes that his buddy, Brian Urlacher, will be there to watch his back. Before we go to the main event, though, here we go. Sabanite saying they were not buying tickets. They were getting them for free. TNA was giving away a ton of comp tickets in the GA area, but they were grabbing all of them around town. Look at this shit, huh?
Oh, my God.
Come on.
See, they're worse than Rizats.
Man.
Hey, now.
Hey, come on. You got a little Rizats providing a service.
Hey, now, Jay. There's got to be some perks.
Man, that sucks. They just grabbed any comps that were going on. They were just grabbing them. That stinks. But all right, main event, guys. Jeff Jarrett against El Leon. Street fight. Leon comes out to that lucha music that everybody who's got a Hispanic last name in TNA comes out to. It was just like
the Santana thing.
Like Muzak Santana. Yes. They all come out to it.
Yes, and that's from like day one. From 2002, they started doing it. Guys, crazy.
The best part of this match, the absolute highlight of this match, was Mike Tenay shoving the shit out of Jeff Jarrett, and then Don going, "What are you doing?" He goes, "That's what I call a preventive strike, a preemptive strike," and he just shoves him.
The crowd. There was actually a Tenay chant after that.
Mike Tenay, dude. I love Mike Tenay. Everybody knows I love Mike Tenay. And he was a fucking lunatic on this show. He shoves Jarrett shoves him later, and they're arguing. They're just like, "Fuck you, son of a bitch. I'm sick of you Tenay. God damn it, Jarrett. You son of a bitch." Like, Tenay's going nuts. They fight in the crowd. They give Jarrett a Faygo bath at one point. The Juggalos, they spray a bunch of Faygo on him. Tenay is very antagonizing of Jeff Jarrett in this whole, like, he gets away from commentary. He's just running by the ring. He's like, "Fuck you, Jerry, you son of a bitch." He's like, "You better fucking, you're going." Like, Tenay is antagonizing him the whole time. Dominant's like, "What are you doing?" But AJ comes in, no contest. Abyss comes in, throws AJ through a table. Tenay and Jarrett keep jawing back and forth. He's like, "You'll be out of a job, Tenay," and he's like, "It'll be a cold day in hell before I'm out of a job." Like, this is the best feud I've ever seen. Is Mike Tenay and Jeff Jarrett. We go off the air with that. It's a heavy, hot segment to end it with. I loved it. Truck, let me start with you. Thoughts on this?
Oh, I really enjoyed it. The match was an absolute disaster.
Oh, there was no match.
It wasn't really a match. But yeah, it's interesting that the feud is commentator versus world champ. That's the feud here. Remember earlier on in the show, we had that snippet from Explosion where Don's like, what the hell are you doing, Mike? You're going to get fired. I'm trying to protect your job. Or, So where's this going? Like, does Mike today get a title shot? Is that what's in our future? 'Cause I'm up for it.
Oh my God. Listen, I love it. Real quick, Sabanite, who is confirmed for next week, according to Mark, though, by the way. Thank you, Mark. Confirming this. Sabanite, we'll see you next week. But he's saying that separate lines outside, one for people buying $15 GAs or $15 tickets, ringside, $10 GAs, paid would get in first. Freebies had a separate line, and they were full of juggalos. So that's the other thing. You had your paid people, then you had your comp folks. So you definitely have your papering of crowd, which happens today. Before anybody starts ripping on Tina, that happens today.
Oh yeah, that's super common.
That's very common. You have a certain amount that you paper the crowd with, and usually it's given out to like boys and girls clubs, social clubs, and different groups. Like you have a certain amount allocated for here's your comps. But so, like you're saying, they went all around town, grabbed all the comps you can get. So whatever it is, but yeah, I don't know I don't remember where it's going. Truck. I don't know if he goes in somebody's corner. I don't know if he's doing anything like that. But
who's he handcuffed to next week? That's what I want to know.
Don,
because he wants to get in. He wants to get involved, so you got to handcuff him.
Clearly, Don. but what a hot, heavy segment, J-Bone. Like it just ended on such like I am in for $10 next week. Like you sold me.
There was no soft spots in this one.
None.
I thought, other than the Sandman match, but yeah.
I hope to God Tenay isn't handcuffed to Don West. How are we supposed to do a show? We're handcuffed to. Oh God, no.
But they were. It's so intense though that like, and Don's like the voice.
It looks like a shoot. At some points, it looks like, are you guys actually going off script here? Like, because this looks real.
That's what I love about it. Because I'm like, there's so much heat here. Like I'm so into this right now.
The funniest part for me, and I giggled at this because some of it's like, okay, you can feel the tension. The camera work is good. Tenay shoves Jarrett. They show Jarrett. He's got the reaction. Quick swing back to West and Tenay, and they're reacting. West is holding it back. So the camera work is good.
Yeah.
Here's what cracked me up. When all of a sudden, like, Jarrett's beating down El Leon or doing something, and all of a sudden looks up and does this dramatic look around at the arena. And the camera's right here. And he's just like,
I didn't catch that.
So, oh my God, that happened like once or twice during the show. And I'm like,
well, Shane's really stood out strong. Shane Douglas's. That was like going for the Joker poster shot. Almost going to go up his nose.
And that was so ridiculous. And that's why I talked about that earlier. I'm like, why are you mean mugging the camera? Your girl is dying behind you, dumbass.
That's like those professionals, man. They know they got to work that hard cam, man.
Yeah,
work that camera.
Yeah,
you got a moment to do it. But that's the show, everybody. That is number 78 NWA-TNA, January 21st, 04. That is the end of that. But I'm in for next week. I have been sold on next week. From what I know, Sabanite's coming on. He is a weekly Asylum attendee. So Mark and him just can,
and not a comped one. He was paying.
He was paying, baby.
Gets thrown out apparently.
Yes. So
hope you got your $10 back.
Yeah. I can't wait to talk to him. He's a newer listener. I can't wait to talk to him. I'd be very excited.
Yeah, that is because we mentioned that earlier in the shows, like way back. Like, wow, what if we actually had someone on that was in the crowd back then? And it took only took 70 some odd shows. We finally found someone.
Hey, listen, I'm all for it. I'm glad to have him come in. But speaking of guests, we rescheduling. So Jay, heads up. Camera guy Nick will be on this Thursday's post-show review for about the first 10 minutes of the episode.
Are you sure?
Yes, we were confirmed. We're good.
Okay.
He'll be on. And he's going to share some recent shots of Impact talent that he took at AAW and a couple other promotions around Chicago. So I told him to put together a little cavalcade of some shots he's taken.
portfolio.
Well, just I'm not gonna go through all of them, but just like give me some of your best stuff. Want to show everybody what you do, and he's gonna be launching a Patreon and stuff soon. So I want to help him promote that and get himself over with our audience. So and sell prints, things like that. So
that's the guy that takes the pictures at AAW.
Yeah, some of those really awesome shots, like Josh Alexander and Jake. Something I've been sharing a lot of those photos from AAW.
I have one here. I'm going to see if I can.
Nick's been taking all those, and they're so epic. And like those two are sharing them to this day, which is awesome. So it's just cool to see. Ace Austin also, yeah.
He took one of Russ Jones.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Russ Jones is awesome.
This one right here. Okay. Let's see if I can quick pull it up here.
Pull it up. See what we got. Love me some Russ Jones.
The coloring on this one is just amazing. Between his tattoos, the coloring, just oh my god,
the angle, the smirk.
Yeah,
that's a bad man.
I saw it, dude. When I first saw this dude, I'm like, man, I want to follow this guy. This guy looks like he's gonna be a fun one to follow.
He's a bad dude, man.
Yeah.
It's a scary guy. And but yeah, no. So Nick will be on. I'll share some of his impact photos, and then we'll and I definitely want our listeners give him a follow. This is what we do. This is a family. We use our platform to help other independent artists too. So he's one of those. Definitely
put him over.
Put him over. But that's the term. That's the term of TNI. Put him over. So we're gonna do that. Talk to him a little bit. He'll plug his stuff, and then we'll get on with the review on Thursday. But cool, that's it. Anything else about this episode? Any wrap-up thoughts? Are you sold for $79? Because I am. I'm in. If I was charging me $10, I would have paid $10 right now.
Oh, these would have been an absolute riot to be at in person.
God,
yeah, I would schedule my week around this.
One thing that they mentioned during a match, and it was during the Shane Douglas, Michael Shane versus Elix Skipper, Christopher Daniels match. They mentioned the two teams. We didn't talk about that.
Oh, good.
So Team USA,
yes,
for the X Cup is captained by Jerry Lynn.
Yes, that's awesome.
He's got Elix Skipper, Chris Sabin, and Sanjay Dutt.
I didn't catch them saying that. Okay, so Sanjay's coming back.
Yeah,
okay.
it was during the match. So, like, it was the course of, like, 10 seconds. If you blinked, you missed it.
Mm-hmm.
Team AAA is Juventud Guerrero, which he's been on before.
Yep.
Hector Garza, that'll be his debut. Loved Hector Garza.
He passed away, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tragedy.
His son is now on...
Nephew, I think. That's his nephew.
Is it nephew?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That kid's good. I had him at AAW a couple of times. He's a good kid too. Hector Jr., right? No, yeah. Hector Garza is such a breakout in TNA. Like, he becomes he gets so over. I remember that big time. Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm going to mispronounce this, but I wrote down Ibiza Negra.
Ibiza Negra, okay.
It's something close to that. And then the artist formerly known as S.A. Rios. I forget. I didn't write down what they called him now, but this is after his WWF run. So
nice. Cool. That's going to be fun. Those World X Cups, America's X Cup, they're so much fun. They become a huge part of the company after this.
That is in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah. X Cup is it? Yeah, right. Yeah, I wrote down here 2 weeks. So next week is all the stuff with Watts and Callis. After that is X Cup. So we've got a loaded 2 weeks coming up here as far as some things to look forward to.
Yeah, he died of lung cancer in 2013.
Who?
Hector Garza.
Oh, yeah.
That sucks, man. That is it's such a bummer. He was so young, and yeah, I mean, they definitely had some problems throughout the life, but yeah, he was only, I know he was like 43. That's it. Way too young. Way too young. But no, but enjoy the ride because he has a really fun run in TNA. So next week or 2 weeks, we'll see that. But that's it, guys. That is the show. That's 78. Let's get out of here. Let's get some plugs. Truck, where can people follow you, man?
On Twitter at @truck_rockpack.
Truck Rockpack. There we go. So you're very active on Twitter. You're all over the place. So
I am pretty active. I'm wondering if I should dial it back because I really don't want any spoilers whatsoever.
I know.
Oh,
man.
it's been
Faster.
so bad.
Yeah, and there's some already out there. Some special snowflakes with a reserve spot in hell.
What is the fun of spoilers? What is the fun? I don't get it.
And why do they get front row treatment at these shows?
I wasn't gonna say anything, Jay, but yeah.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Oh, I said it. I said it during the review. He's garbage.
Such BS. Such BS. Why put that crap up? It's so upsetting.
Because he's not going to keep his mouth shut for 4 weeks or 5 weeks, however many tapings they do. I mean, his whole thing is, drive clicks by either spreading rumors or steal whatever piece of info I can get here and there.
Yep.
So, yeah, I don't get it.
Whether it's bullshit or not.
Exactly. And there's absolutely no consequences if it turns out to be bullshit. So, of course, you're going to make up whatever you want.
No, they
never.
Like
these are real journalists.
They never retract or do anything. They never have any honor. Like they're
plans change. Plans change, brother.
Bunch of assholes. I hate that shit.
Subject to change.
It's RK. I gotta ask: is this emote? Is that Clarence Boddicker from RoboCop? Is that what that emote is? Oh my god, I think it is. I need to confirm that. Is that the best movie villain of all time, in my opinion?
Bitches leave.
Bitches leave. Good stuff, Truck. I love it. Cops don't like me, so I don't like cops. Oh my god, that execution scene is still the most wicked death scene in a movie.
It is so brutal.
Oh my god,
the way he takes the pin out of the grenade later on.
Oh fuck, man. Fuck. He is such a heel. He is the best heel.
I haven't watched that one in a long time.
Jay,
go back and rewatch it. It's aged really well.
1987. I remember my dad.
87 was such a good year.
My dad rented it for me. I was 6.
Did your dad not know, or did he just not care?
Well, do you remember? I mean, Truck, how old are you? We in the same age group here?
38.
30. Okay, I'm 39. All right, so we're the same age group. They marketed RoboCop to kids, though. That was the thing.
Really?
In the U.S., RoboCop had action figures and a cartoon and video games. I
remember the video games. Yeah.
T-shirt. RoboCop was
showed up next to Sting.
He saved Sting.
But in 1987, RoboCop was a NC-17 movie that was also hey, by the way, we can merchandise this to kids. So when I'm like, oh, cool, RoboCop. My dad was like, can you rent me RoboCop? He brought me RoboCop at 6 years old. This explains so much about what's wrong with me right now. Probably.
But he didn't look at the back cover that closer.
Dude, my dad was cool. He's like, my kid wanted it. I mean, you bring it to him. Whatever. You probably wanted.
I guess things change.
I mean, the cover doesn't look like it's just a robot.
No.
It must be some sci-fi shit,
Yeah.
But Paul Verhoeven, like Mark's saying, he is a psycho. His directing is psychotic, and it's amazing, wicked. I remember watching that death scene at 6, is he what's happening?
And that's the start of the movie. That's here's the pace.
First 15
Let's have
seconds.
some fun.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. I want to do a whole show on this on the Patreon about how
sign up for the Patreon, everybody.
Patreon,
thank
you.
The Patreon.
Get the Patreon.
There's several different tiers.
Yes, there's a lot going on the Patreon, guys. Go check it out. We just throw After Dark bonus shows in there now, at will. Hey, we're feeling up to, we'll throw you a bonus show, family dinner.
I have one more plug.
Please.
Plug. Can I share one more plug?
Sure.
I said this in the chat earlier on, but I don't think either one of you guys noticed it. If you guys, because I don't get anything out of this, if TNI hits 100 Patreons by Bound for Glory, I'll get the throwback logo as a tattoo.
Get the hell out of here. Are you out of your mind?
I'm serious.
How many tattoos do you have right now?
I want more.
Well, how many do you have?
I've only got 2 right now. I have several designs ready to go, and then the pandemic happened and everything shut down. So I'm waiting for stuff to open back up, but everybody's got a wait list, so it's going to be November at the earliest before I can get into anybody.
It's a lovely logo. I mean,
I like it.
Truck.
That's the one shirt that I got too.
Truck, you're an anomaly, man. I don't know how we found you, but I'm glad we did.
But it's 100. So if you're not already on the Patreon and you want to help me make bad choices, that's what you got to do.
Right there.
Or good choices. I think it's a nice logo. I like it.
Jay designed this logo. He did a phenomenal job matching the font of the NWA-TNA font. I think he did a great job with this. Good job, Jay.
Good job, Jay.
This will be right on Truck's heart.
It'll live on in perpetuity. Or, for as long as I live on.
I'm not a professional graphic designer. I just play one on TV.
On podcasts, you could say that. Amazing. What a guy. You're a legend, Truck. You really are. I've said that to you for a while, but you really are a legend.
Well, I might be a legend, but it's up to everybody else to turn me into a legend by signing up for the Patreon.
There you go.
And there's no qualification on that. You sign up at any level and it counts.
Yes, you can be the lowest level you want. You can sign up for that. I think there's the $2 or $3 level is just me ranting, which I owe you guys a rant for this week. I'm gonna put that in there.
You do. I'm looking forward to that
this week. I'm gonna give it to you on Thursday on the Slammiversary. I'm gonna give tomorrow. I'll do an actual rant about some stuff that's really fucking bothering me in life. So all right, so we'll get that going. J-Bone, plug it up, my man. What do we got?
You can find me over in that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast. And I just want to thank everybody again, no matter where you watch from the Twitch, Smash This Podcast, or TNI during Slammiversary weekend. It's all love. Thank you so much. We just went over 1,000. So we are monetized now. So it's another chapter for Smash This Podcast. It's exciting. YouTube, Twitch, and all the socials, the Facebotch, the Instaneck, and the Twitter box. And for your bone on the go, the audio portion of Smash This Podcast is on anchor.fm/Smash This Podcast.
Smash that bell. For notification. Guys, you can get me at Transberry over on Twitter. Also, Heavy Music on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. The Backstage Boys podcast I do with Basil.
Which is really good.
Thank you very much. We did not record yesterday. Really We're going to record tomorrow. After Jay. Jay, are you doing post-show AEW tomorrow? We'll go after you tomorrow.
I don't know what's all happening tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll be doing something. Is AAW tomorrow too?
Yes. Live will be on. Yes, 9:00 Central. So after all that, we're planning on going live.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
Just let me know what time you're going, and I'll work around it.
All right, we're planning for 10 p.m. Central. We'll see what works out. But either way, well, we didn't get to record yesterday, but we'll record tomorrow. We talked about. I was in Davenport, Iowa, working on AAW stuff. I was at the Black and Brave Academy, so that's a nice little insight. I was, there was WWE going on where I was at, which is very interesting. Talk about that a little bit. Did some scouting at SCW over in Iowa for the Alive series. Did a little scouting of some new talent that Danny and I saw. So pretty interesting stuff. We'll talk about that. Basil was at Warrior Wrestling over the weekend shooting. Ooh. So he'll talk about the Warrior experience. And we'll just talk about some just general live show.
Those are always fun shows.
Yeah, so we'll talk about all that stuff. And then you guys can get the show at We Talk Impact, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Follow us at We Talk Impact, guys. Audio formats of this podcast on all audio platforms: Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon. Rate, review, and subscribe. YouTube.com/Total Nonstop Impact, Twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact, ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. I think that is it, along with the Patreon, which we plugged earlier. Patreon.com. Yes, Patreon.com/We Talk Impact, and Discord, which is the place to be, honestly. Discord rules, and there's so many different rooms. I love jumping between the different chat rooms in Discord. We have TNI Discord, and it's throwback. There's there's Treehouse. If you're a patron, you get the Treehouse private chat. You get gear talk, all sorts of shit. Tons of fun. Join the Discord. Show schedule, guys. I'm not sure if TNI UK is going live tomorrow. They didn't send me anything yet, so I'm not sure.
I think they are. I'm pretty sure I've seen Steve talk about it on Twitter.
Okay. If they plugged it, they're going live tomorrow. It's TNI UK, 12 p.m. Central US, 6 p.m. UK time. That'll be tomorrow. And then Thursday is the post show, guys. I'm sorry, before that, it's a watch along on twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact. Watch along of Impact and Access TV. Then immediately following is the post show right here on YouTube and Twitch. We break down the entire show, have a full discussion, camera guy Nick Consalvo is going to be joining us for a few minutes as well. We'll talk to him. And then every Tuesday, guys, is Throwback. So every Tuesday is Time Machine Tuesday. Truck hosts a watch-along of the episode we're going to review in Discord. So it's in the public Discord, right, Truck? It's not on Patreon Discord.
Yeah,
so,
it's open to everybody.
So come on in. Like if you don't have Impact Plus or you want to just watch with a bunch of friends, it's the best way to do it. So just join the Discord, come hang out. Then immediately, as soon as he's done, we do the review here. So it's a lot of fun. We try to make it's a very niche thing. Throwback is very niche. We have a very niche audience for it, but we really enjoy it. People who like it really like it. So come on and hang out. Spread the word, please. But I think that's it. Anything else, boys? I think we're good.
JC.
No,
all right.
That's about it.
All right, everybody. Thank you very much for hanging with us late. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys on Thursday for the watch along and the post show. But don't forget to tune in to TNI UK tomorrow afternoon, US, and then evening for the UK folks. But either way, we'll talk to you guys later. Have a great night, everybody. Take care. We'll see you.